Hello, everybody. I'm live again. Hope everybody gets the notifications that I'm live. So hopefully we're coloring in Magical Delights by Klara Markova. We started a stream and then it didn't work too well. So hello to the one person in the chat. Say hello, everybody. I don't know what's going on lately because my chat doesn't seem to be working. So hello to the 4 people. We're coloring in. Hello, Lori. It seems like every time I start a stream, I have to end it because people are having problems with the chat. So I'm going to try and see what's going on with the chat. So we're coloring in Magical Delights by Klara Markova, and I've chosen this page. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? I do not have the new Klara Markova book. I am waiting for it to come out on Amazon because I do not. And this is the Pablo pencil, and this is grass green. So how is everybody doing today, and what is everybody coloring today? What are you guys all coloring today? Wow, 4 of us in this room. That's a pretty book, actually. Just that book takes a lot of patience for me to do because it's so, it's very reminiscent of her first book, I think, World of Flowers, but I also think, there's a lot of detail work in that book, World of Flowers. I am using the Caran d'Ache Pablos at the moment. I like the Caran d'Ache because they're nice pencils. But I like them because they don't smudge. Sometimes when you use Prismas, they leave a residue in them. You could always do some Klara Markova books if the mood suits you. I just want to see what I'm doing. I can't move in any closer than that. Because if I go in closer than that, then I want to try this month doing some books that I haven't done in a really long time. So this week I actually last night I actually finished a small pile of comic books I was working through. I finished making another box for my brother to send him. And then he just sends me a little surprise saying, I need this sent. I need this sent. It's like, and I don't want to complain, but it's really annoying in a way. to deal with him because I love him. Don't get me wrong, I love my brother, but sometimes it's just like, why are you like this? Tell me this beforehand, before I finish packing up the box, because I work very quickly, or I try to work quickly. My whole thing is that I'd like to get this box done within the next four. I would like to get the comic book collection done within the next 4 weeks, or at the very least before my mother puts in a new floor downstairs. So as a result of this, of doing the comic book cleanup, I can actually go through that closet and see what's actually in that closet and see what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep. To me, purging is an important part of life, and you need to be able to clean. And part of cleaning is purging every once in a while. What do you really need? What do I not need? What will I actually read? What will I not need? These are the things that I have to see. And I will be getting a new tripod too. I just ordered one that's very similar to the one I have. But the problem with this one is that every time I put in the camera, it tilts in a weird way now. So now I have to do a new adjustment to it. And adjustments are part of life, but it's very frustrating in life. hmm So this is ochre. I'm hoping so too, because I need a new tripod. So, and when I was shopping last night, my honey app said, "Don't wait. We can find the exact same item cheaper for you. Rather than you pay that price, you could pay a lot less if you go to this vendor via Amazon." So I saved myself about $20 doing that. Because you need to be able to angle the cameras in a way that you don't damage the camera and you don't damage how your angle is. Well, I've had this one for what, about 2, 3 years now, Elizabeth. So, nothing lasts forever. Hi, hi, Carol. Also, remember the hashtag for this month is Magical September. You probably saw it in the title of the video. Hello, Michelle. How are you? I'm good, but I the reason why I was a little late today and I did a little post on it was because I was doing real life stuff, and sometimes you'd go to the grocery store and you get some things, you need little food here and there, like cold cuts and other things like that. Well, I was trying to get that stuff. Well, of course, this man in front of me had 100 and something items, and I don't go to the Dazel store. I think I was there twice. So this old man, and now I try to be patient with people who are older, but you don't want to be rude. You really don't want to be rude to them. But he was taking so long. So I started to actually help unload his groceries on the cart because he was like, it was just slow, slow. So as soon as I started doing that, boom, we moved faster because he was just going too slow. I'm like, hurry up, you're gonna make me late. And I don't like being late, because I like to be on time for everything I do. But real life does not give you those options. So, it was just simply, yeah, I think he was because I don't think he wanted to be there any longer than I wanted, to see him struggle. I mean, I don't like seeing when people struggle. I really don't because, they probably have things that they'd like to do too. And this color is called Night Blue. I've not tried it yet. Yeah, he was happy, but I think so. See, this is why I need a new tripod because every time I touch this, it moves with me. And this is Night Blue. So I like, doing different things. And I just use a different pressure. See what happens when you use a different pressure? That you can either lighten them or darken them. So depending on what you want to do with them, you can do a lot with them. Then I want it. All right. And I'm just looking for the color I want, English red. I like English red. I don't think I have seen the colored pencils. Never even heard of them. I mean, I will have to investigate those pencils. I think I may have seen them in one of the video on Amazon. I don't have Derwent colored pencils. I have the Derwent color softs. I have the Derwent ink pens, which I never use those, and I need to start using those again. Thank you for reminding me of those. Come on, guys. I do too. I'm glad you liked it. It's not every book I'm going to color in right away, but it's just a matter of figuring out what I want to color in. Pablo, Polychromos. And this is called Scarlet Red. I love this hobby. It's so relaxing. It so takes your mind off things. It seems so hectic. It's relaxing to color. And I find that when it starts becoming relaxing, then I need to stop doing it and do something else. Like today, I did the bathroom, I did grocery shopping, talked to my brother a little bit. Now I have to go back and look for comics again for him, because now he wants certain things. So. But you know how it goes. You have to look for things, and then looking for things is never easy. Look how vibrant the polychromos red is. That's really vibrant. And yes, I have an extender for this, but I don't like using the extenders. Not for the polychromos anyway. I use my pencils even when they're really, really tiny. Who else here uses their pencils when they're really tiny? That's a polychromos, Michelle. But every pencil is going to be different. Thin and thick pencils are very different. Like when I say thin pencils, I mean prismas and irritants would be considered thin pencils. What I mean by a thick pencil would be like a polychromos and a luminance. So, I mean mine. I like the reds in the polys. Now this is purplish red. This is from the Pablos. And this is Pink Matter Lake. I use my polychromos more for straight coloring than layering. I really have figured out very few combinations for layering in the polychromos. But for me, polychromos are more of a straight coloring. I would say I more go with the flow, Michelle, not a planner by any means. Sometimes I have a plan. That's not to say that it's not all. So, for me, it's all about, what colors I think look good. So now we do the. I just thought it would be fun to do something a little bit, cover somebody that a lot of us know. And I have to do. I have two more dividers. I bought these things called comic book box dividers, so that way when I'm putting stuff away, I can just write what titles, and then and then that will be that title section. So that way, when I'm going through more files, I can easily put stuff away. That way, everything will be nice, neat, and organized. I have this thing about me where I must be organized and neat when I do stuff. So not totally. I'm like not totally anal about it, but the comic books, I'm actually starting to get a little bit, it's starting to come together. It's not like now, like it was before, Michelle. And it's fun to go back and see what you actually collected as a kid. I gotta ask my brother what else he wants, because knowing him, he's gonna want like me to put other things in there. So, also, guys, if you like this is being done with a couple of different pencils too, so keep that in mind. So, this is dark chrome yellow. Know how you sometimes get an idea of what would look good where? So what next? Oh, yes. I love nice different colors. Remember, guys, we're using different colors from different sets. See, the thing I like about the polychromos, and a lot of people forget this, is that the polychromos has much bolder colors. All pencils work really well in this, but if you use your Prismas, you gotta be light with them because they do smudge on this paper. For whatever reason, once you're done with a picture, they do smudge. So just keep that in mind. But I don't know why Prismas smudge on a lot of paper. But when you blend them and you varnish them, they don't mess up as much. Oh, and the color along for November is Hannah November. And what that will be, it will be Hannah Lynn, Hannah Carlson, any artist known as who has a Hannah in her name, first name only, will be put in there. So Hannah Carlson and Hannah Lynn are the two featured artists for Hannah November, unless you know another artist by the name of Hannah. So I was expecting 2 books to come, but they didn't come before the stream. They'll probably arrive after stream. So I don't know if Jack Hannah is an artist. That's funny. This is Cobalt Green. It is a Holbein, and I only have 12 Holbein pencils, so they do come out. I'm just doing some detail. That don't count. That's very cute. That's very clever, Elizabeth. But that don't count. Nice try. I'll give you creativity points. Nice try. Very cute try, though. I don't think you understood it. I think she took that wrong. She got creative. I'll give Elizabeth a point. That was creative, Elizabeth. That was really cute and funny. I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny. I'll give points to the creativity aspect of it. No. Does anybody know what these are? Quickly, we'll do these. This is CB6 Wyndham. Yay! You people know your pencils. They're only like $17. This is Venom. This comes from the Cobra set. This is the best investment. Like Kim was here the other day, and she was asking what is the best pencil sharpener overall. And I have to say, this hand crank, the Swordfish hand, this one is because this is a hand crank. This by far is the best pencil sharpener because it has sharpened my luminance, my polys, my prismas, my irritants without breaking the core. My lumies, you name it. And yesterday we tested it on some Crayolas. So we know that the pencils work. So you see when you're doing this, just love doing these. These work really nice in some of the higher end books, so don't be afraid to get these. I really like these pencils. And don't worry, guys, I'm also in the process of making up another giveaway for you at the end of the month, where I give away a lot of books because sometimes I give away a lot of books all at once because it helps me clean up the collection a little bit and work on books I really want to work on. And then, you guys get some books maybe that you guys wouldn't have that normally gotten. And I pass on the books to somebody else who will really like them and enjoy them. So, that. You know, I tell people this all the time. Have fun. Don't worry about everything else. So I see people do beautiful work with crayons and they don't have expensive pencils. And, it made me feel bad the other day when the girl said, I don't have expensive pencils, so I can't do a picture as nice as other people. And I go, your work is fine. It's pretty. I like the picture. Doesn't mean that because someone has less expensive price that their work isn't just as valid. And that bothered me because the person didn't think their work was good. This is BW94. It is Everglade. It is from the regular Black Widow set. I'm gonna have to get more of these actually at some point. Not the skin tones, but the regular ones. I love these colors because they're very vibrant. So, what are some of your favorite hobbies to do? Whether it be collecting, stitching, diamond painting. I know a lot of people do diamond painting. I just don't know if I would have the patience to sit and do all the little things that you guys do with the painting. Besides coloring, do you guys read, paint, sew, crochet, collect magazines, collect comic books, do crossword puzzles, sudokus, ken? So, yes, but sometimes. Back to our mushrooms with the poly. So, do that really nicely. I just like this paper. This paper is really nice to color on. You know, paper is, when you have nice paper, it makes coloring so much better. Those of us who color a lot know that when we color, we have a big time thing for paper. So what do you guys like to color with? Markers, pastels, water paint colors? I'm thinking maybe Linda Ravenscroft next. Pencil. Pencils are good and tried medium. I like to snack on chocolate and that stuff. I need to start eating more fruits and vegetables as well. That's okay. Moms are important. I snack way too much. It might be why I'm like loading out. Just taking a sip of my tea. Yeah. Then we'll do that, and then we'll figure out what colors we're doing the rest of this stuff. So hopefully I can finish this in one stream, but sometimes one wasn't built in a day. What do you like to snack on? Just curious. This is purplish red again. I like to try everything too. I get less timid around watercolor than I used to be. I used to fear watercolor. Now I like it a lot. My thing is I like ice cream, potato chips, chocolate bars, cakes, all that good stuff. It's really bad for you that I like. So I'm trying to incorporate a piece of food into my diet every day if I can. So I try to have the things that, now I'm trying to do. There'll be a week where I'm not going to be streaming. There'll be 1 week probably in the upcoming future because they're going to probably be doing work on the house. So I probably will not be streaming that week. So if the week that happens, I will let you know when that's happening, guys. Because my mother's going to get her floors redone downstairs. So I really like these houses and how these houses have come out. This is like one of the books that you get this and you really fall in love with the pictures. Some of the pictures are really, really detailed because they have all that little work in them. But I think that's what makes detailed pictures so much more special. So, my room is also, my mother's like, oh my God, how much stuff have you done? When she came up here the other day, she was like, she was a little surprised because I actually did a lot more work than she thought I did. Just trying to make sure that I get this done. These parts that I'm calling right now, they're a little tiny. So, I really enjoy coloring this piece. So now that autumn's here, what do you think is the most exciting part about fall? The food, the drinks, just the changing of the seasons, the colors are going to be different, tastes are going to be different. Leaves, Halloween. Hi, Robin. How are you? Oh, you like the Skittles. Talking about fall and what people like about fall. I think I like the changing colors too. Pumpkin pie, love pumpkin spice latte. You name it, I love it. What 3 things are you doing at once? Watching 3 streams? This is Magical Delights that I'm calling in. How's the new grandbaby, Robin? I know Robin has a new grandbaby, everybody. I bet you that's really a wonderful. Hey, Robin, maybe you could come over to my house and teach me how to be organized. You know, the other thing I've been doing too is before I tape up a box or even send a box to my brother. So what I do is oh no, don't tell me my connection is unstable. Please don't do that. Yeah, I'm getting this message saying that my collection. I don't like when that happens. Mm. Is your grandson happy to have a cousin or a baby sister now? My brother is, and my brother and my sister-in-law are expecting a second child soon. The baby should be born sometime later this month. Because I'm going probably in October or November to see my brother and visit him. Oh, that makes sense because he's a boy, so he doesn't really. The baby's too young anyway to play with him. He's probably not even sure what the new baby represents. He probably can't even articulate what the. Just looking for a color. Looking for what color I'd like to make the thing. to wash. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like this, guys. Now this comes from the skin tone set. And this is Carrot from the Black Widows. I like to play with all my tools together. You know, it's a wonderful thing, I guess, for you to have grandchildren. You know, this is Carrot. It's from the Skin Tone by Black Widow. This is the light skin tone. SL means light skin. So. No, Miss Robin, I do not have the new Klara Markova book yet. I'm waiting for them to become available on Amazon. And I cannot justify the shipping costs of what they cost on Etsy. Which pencil just went down on me? That's nice. I'm glad that you're having so many grandchildren. That's a wonderful blessing to have that many grandchildren, Robin. That really is. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a background, because if we do a background, it has to be something very light colored. I put a blotted page behind because I don't like to ruin pages or go to the outside, which I often do go past the lines. It might not need a background. Sometimes certain pictures don't need backgrounds. You mean Klara Markova? Yeah, she does. She said the new one would be out on Amazon. I just don't feel comfortable paying $43 for a book, Robin. Yeah, that's what the book would cost me with shipping and handling. Not everybody can justify a $40 book. Well, that's. I can wait. before I was doing the comics, I probably could have gotten away with doing the book, but now that I'm doing the comics and having to buy shipping supplies, boards, plastics, and shipping him books and getting tape and all this other stuff that I've had to get, that all adds up. So I've had to do an additional expense that I wasn't counting on this month, the last month and a half, Robin. So my brother threw my budget out of whack. There's been a lot of books that I've said no to lately, like the Mermaid and Friends illustrator has a new book out too, Galaxy Girls and Zodiac. Right now, I can't do that either. Don't get me wrong, I'm still buying books, but I'm just not buying as many. I didn't like that because the last books that I bought from Hannah and Maria were from Printworks, except for these last two that I had to wait on Amazon. I didn't like that fact at all, but I understood why they did it. To me, I understood it. I just think that it was ridiculous that it was available on Etsy, and they were exorbitant. The price for shipping was exorbitant too. What about all the poor people who couldn't get that book? What is that book by Christina Nowak's book? They couldn't get her book because they didn't sell it. Oh, what was that book? Oh, with Christina Nowak. Oh, and I have it. Slavic Beauties. What did you think of having that? I had to get the Slavic Beauties through literally I had to get my Slavic Beauties through Etsy. That wasn't very fun for me to wait. That's what I had to do. You would think that they would. You would think that people would want wider release and better distribution deals. This is Grub Green. This is Pretty Pink. Now these are. I personally think that they really need better distribution deals, because it just seems to me that shipping is what's killing a lot of books I want to get right now, because the shipping is I don't mind paying the price for the book, but when you're charging me $20-$30 for shipping, I understand international shipping is expensive. It kind of puts me off from trying to get a book. And then I buy something a little bit cheaper because the price is better. And I don't like, if I buy something from Deborah Mueller, or I buy something from someone who doesn't have shipping. Like sometimes I'll buy something like a Micah Jelena book because she doesn't charge shipping to the US. And her books are expensive, but yet I like her shipping. So someone tell me that what people don't realize is international shipping is done and out of hand, price-wise. I know what you mean. I think Vicky was working in the new book, and so was today. Who else was working today in that book? Mia. I don't know if we're gonna do a background or not. It'll be hard to wait, but I just don't have $43 extra just to pay for a book. Now, if people want to pay that, that's their choice. To see, that's what I feel like, Elizabeth. I have a tremendous amount of books. Those who know me know that I have a lot of books to cover, and so it's not like I don't have any Klara Markova. It'd be a different situation if it's a brand new artist that I've never heard of. I don't have any of her books. I paid quite a lot for my Jane F. Hawkins book. I paid a lot for my Linda Ravenscroft book. Were they worth it? Yes, they were absolutely worth the price, but I had to wait to get those books a little bit because I had to do some finance. No, wait for other things to clear before I bought them. That doesn't make it wrong. It just means that you just are more judicious. Sometimes you have to be a little judicious with your money. You know, how people spend their money and make their money is different ways too. You can't just be spending money on books. You know, me this month, I want to spend time on books that I have already rather than buy some new books because I think for me, I want to be able to share and enjoy the hobby rather than. I also need to cut back a little bit and say, no, do I need it? Do I want and need are two different things. And sometimes we don't understand the difference between want and need. Want means you want it, doesn't necessarily mean you need it. Do you need it in your collection? If the answer is no, that you don't need it right now, you don't have to get it. That's so good, Robin. It takes a while. You know, the first year you don't really make anything until the second half of the year. It took me about 2 years before I made any money on my affiliate account. But that affiliate account really comes in handy when you want to buy something, you know, on Amazon. Should we do a background on this? I'm thinking maybe yes, maybe no. Hi, Candy. So, green shrub. Hi, Selena. Everybody, Selena's here. Yay! This is from Magical Delights. Now, this is funny. This book is actually, I have the version that is in Klara's native language. All the other books are in English. I don't have soft pastels. Oh, wait a minute. That's not true. I do have soft pastels. But I don't really know how to use my soft pastels. I do have soft pastels. But every time I use them, it makes a mess. See? I do have soft pastels. But I need to get the brushes to do that. That was such a mess. Don't worry, I'm just putting on the... Thank you, Robin. Oh, no. I'm not very good at this. Oh, but then I have to put the fixative on. You see? I just fixed it. I have that stuff downstairs. I've never done well with pan pastels, so you guys would have to help me if you did pan pastels. It's just funny that Robin would mention that. Well, I have pan pastels. I have pastel pencils from Stabilo. I don't like them very much either, so I'm not a fan of them. I traded for somebody else for them, so. A lot of my art supplies sometimes, not the ones that I use all the time, not the ones that I buy, but the ones that I don't use too often, are ones that I got from trades, so keep that in mind, guys. I really like this picture a lot. Just afraid if I do a background that I'll mess it up. And I'm thinking as I'm looking at the picture, it doesn't really need a background too much because I think the picture is really nice, but there's a part of me that wants a background and then there's a part of me that doesn't want a background. So I don't think I'm going to do a background, Robin, because I think the chalk pastel will be too messy. I mean, the pan pastel to me is very messy. I don't have the greatest luck with pastels. The last time I used the pastel, I had major problems with them. See, I have the art sponge. I don't think I'm going to do a background. It's just too much to do when you do backgrounds. So. Thank you, Robin. I love Robin. Robin is such a great soul. And she does a whole lot, guys. To be honest, Robin does a whole lot of stuff. Like, she puts up those links like there is no tomorrow. So that's the picture today, guys. So let me just. So, sorry, guys. You get to see all my lovely inks that I use. So that is our picture today, guys. I think we did quite a lot of red, pink, green in here. So, and some blues and a few blues. Thank you guys so much for coming. I have really enjoyed doing this stream. I'm sorry I was a little late today. So, but real life happens. So thank you guys so much for coming and have a wonderful weekend. I will see you probably next Friday. I will probably see you again on Friday. Bye everybody. Happy coloring.